Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. You're all staring at me like I'm crazy. Come on. I know you've all heard this infamous song by Salt and Pepper at least once. Regardless of if you heard the song or not, you can tell me that isn't a fire hook. I mean, come on now. Anyways, sex, the devil's tango, hanky panky, flung around, however you want to call it. It's a word so broad, yet when we all hear it, we think the same thing. However, no one ever thinks of the stigma surrounding sex. Growing up as a child, I was told to abstain from sex before I met someone I loved and married. I was told being a virgin up until I was married made me pure. The idea of virginity determined the purity of a woman is a social construct as old as time. This leads us to my concern for today. For how much longer will we allow women to be devalued and judged because of a social construct created so men can control women's bodies? So today, let's talk about sex. By first discussing this troubling problem in society, then addressing the implications we allow this to continue, and hopefully arriving at a sex solution that empowers everyone involved. According to Dr. Rajan Bosley, the basic idea of virginity is ancient. People in ancient Rome and Greece used the term virgin to refer to a woman or goddess who was independent and autonomous, and not attached or owned by any man. It was much later that the term virgin came to be applied solely to sexual virginity. As society changed and the term adopted a new definition, women became more affected by the stigma surrounding virginity. Many people think of stigma more as a concept and don't consider the harmful effects that come with the stigma behind anything. Many believe that the stigmatization of virginity is just an online concept, but according to a new study in the Journal of Sex Research, people are also judgmental of virgins in real life. The study also found that sexually inexperienced adults perceive themselves to be stigmatized due to their inexperience, and sexually inexperienced adults are also not likely to not highly desired as relationship partners. In our current society, where women's connection to sex is simultaneously important and judged, it's challenging for many women to find comfort in being a virgin. Societal standards, largely influenced by men's desires, enforce the idea that women are only seen and desirable if they are pure and have had no sexual relationships prior to a relationship. Virginity is not as important for men as it is for women because the concept of virginity is rooted in misogyny. They use to control women's sexuality and determine their value. Look around today, and you will continue to see men being praised for sexual activity, while women are looked down upon. Men are praised for having hoes, while any woman with a body count of more than two is seen as promiscuous. We are forced into a dichotomy where we are either labeled as virgins or sluts. The double standard when it comes to male and female sexuality is glaring. Men are often celebrated for their sexual conquests, women are shamed for the same behavior. This disparity is not only unjust, but perpetuates harmful stereotypes. It reduces women to mere objects of desire or moral judgment, rather than recognizing them as individuals with their own agency and desires. Breaking down this double standard is a crucial step forward to achieving gender equality and dismantling patriarchy. The stigma surrounding virginity is deeply entrenched in our culture, and it is important to acknowledge the harm it causes. The stigma doesn't just affect individuals' self-esteem, it also impacts their mental health and overall well-being. When society attaches value and judgment to a person's sexual history, it fosters shame, anxiety, and feelings of inadequacy. It's time to recognize that a person's worth is not determined by their sexual experiences or lack thereof. Let's not forget that change is possible, and progress is already happening. The world is waking up to the damaging effects of these outdated notions. The conversation around sex is shifting towards consent, communication, and mutual respect. We must challenge these traditional norms and redefine the value of a person based on their character, choices, and actions rather than sexual history. As we strive to create a more inclusive society, we must challenge the traditional views that have upheld the virginity construct for so long. Creating a supportive community is essential for dismantling harmful stigmas. When individuals can share their experiences without fear of judgment, it fosters a sense of belonging and understanding. Let's work towards creating safe spaces where people can discuss their feelings, concerns, and experiences related to sexuality. By supporting one another, we can change the societal norms that perpetuate the stigma. Education is a powerful tool for change. By educating ourselves and others about the history of virginity and its cultural implications and its effects on individuals, we can promote a shift in societal attitudes. School, media, and community organizations all play a role in shaping our perspectives. Let's advocate for comprehensive sex education that goes beyond the biological aspects to include discussions on consent, healthy relationships, and body positivity. Let's encourage open conversations about sexuality that prioritize consent, communication, and mutual respect. Comprehensive sex education is vital in this process, ensuring that individuals have accurate information to make informed choices about their bodies and relationships. When people feel confident in their sexuality and education sex, they are empowered. Empowerment comes when we liberate ourselves from these labels and expectations. Embracing one's own sexuality and choices without fear of judgment is a step towards a more inclusive and just society. Let's strive for a future where individuals are free to express themselves and their desires openly, where the worth of a person isn't determined by their sexual experiences, and where respect and equality reign supreme. True empowerment lies in choice. Every individual should have the right to make decisions about their own body without fear of judgment. Embracing towards sexuality, whether it involves abstinence, sexual activity, or anything in between, should be celebrated. By reframing the narrative around virginity, we can empower people to define their own worth based on their character, values, and contribution to society. To bring about meaningful change, we must all take action. Whether it's speaking up against sexist jokes, promoting body positivity, or advocating for policy changes, or collective efforts and our collective efforts can reshape societal norms. Let's encourage media representation that reflects diverse perspectives on sexuality and relationships. By actively participating in the conversation, we contribute to a more inclusive and accepting world. In conclusion, let's talk about sex, truly. Not just in terms of the act itself, but the context of breaking down harmful stigmas, challenging traditional norms, and promoting a society where everyone's choices and experiences are respected. It's time to let go of the outdated shackles of virginity and embrace a future of empowerment and understanding. Thank you.